Hi, this is Joe again with another movie review. And for the sake of this video, I'm going to be discussing the 1982 film, My Favorite Year, starring Peter O'Toole and Mark Linn-Baker from Perfect Strangers fame. And yes, this role takes place 4 years before Mark Linn-Baker's most famous role, playing Cousin Larry on Perfect Strangers. So if you see a young Cousin Larry, check out this film. For this film was one of the 8,000, it was feels like it, one of the 8,000 Oscar nominations for Peter O'Toole, who got snubbed every time he got nominated. He plays like an Errol Flynn type actor who used to play in the swashbuckling movie roles, like Errol Flynn did. Was famous for playing Robin Hood. Errol Flynn, Peter O'Toole's character, was pretty much the same thing. This charismatic guy who plays the swashbuckling films, who was like a drunk, which Peter O'Toole is a lot of, or he was a lot of, because he was drunk a lot in his movie roles and in real life, unfortunately. He has such great acting talent, and he was a drunk a lot of times. And Peter O'Toole's character, Swan was his last name. He gets hired to do a live television show, to play a similar part, to play part of the Three Musketeers in a comedy show. And Mark Linn-Baker plays a Jewish comedy writer who's one of his first real job as a comedy writer, and he was asked to watch Peter O'Toole, make sure he stays sober, which was a daunting task for anybody to try and keep Peter O'Toole sober. And that's pretty much what the movie is, and it is a comedy. And of course, it shows how rough life Peter O'Toole has, because his name, his character's name, is not even his real name. It changed it from the going to show business. Same thing like Mark Linn-Baker's character, because like I said earlier, Mark Linn-Baker is supposed to be Jewish, and he changed his name. But it was so common in Hollywood back in the even back in the early 1930s, in the 20s and the 30s, when a lot of Jewish actors and writers and everything else changed their names to make them more Americanized, because they felt they wouldn't get jobs, because they want to hire Jews at that time. So they, even though it's commonplace now, they have Jews in Hollywood and actors and people who work behind the scenes. But at that time, if you not name someone Jewish or too Jewish, not actors changed his name, like Kirk Douglas changed his name, or so many actors and actresses have changed their names because they sound too Jewish. Same thing with Mark Linn-Baker's character. And so, of course, long story short, it took a long time to get to these two actors' backstories, because there was all this craziness of Mark Linn-Baker trying to keep Peter O'Toole sober, and of course trying to watch out for his own, make sure that he himself doesn't get fired. Of course, Mark Linn-Baker, like he would do for 8 years of Perfect Strangers, played the straight man to Peter O'Toole. And of course, both of them, I felt gave a great performance in this particular film, and it was really fun to watch them. It's My Favorite Year, one of the greatest movies ever. It's another one that I am not going to go that far, but in terms of performances, you're going to like this movie, especially Peter O'Toole, who always gave a great performance in his films, and seeing Mark Linn-Baker in the movie. Because I don't think that after this movie, Mark Linn-Baker did that many movies. Even after the Perfect Strangers had ended, he unfortunately got typecast. Hey, that's Cousin Larry from Perfect Strangers, because that was a very successful and popular show on ABC after this film. But it's fun to see a young Markland Baker playing in this role against Peter O'Toole of all people. But the movie is good, it's fun, and of course Peter O'Toole does do the show. And he doesn't realize that it was a television show. He thought it was a play that was going to be in, a comedy play on stage. But he found out that it was actually going to be a live television show or movie. And we thought he was going to do a film, but it was actually a live television show. And he kind of freaked out a little bit, and Peter O'Toole does. But he does eventually do the show. It gets all kind of crazy, and like crazy mobsters coming in, and they had an actual fight with mobsters. They have it on air, on television, because TV was live back in those days, in the 50s. But Peter O'Toole came in, saved the day, ended the fight, and of course he got a rounding ovation. The show was up, even though it was originally supposed to be like a disaster because of the mob and the fight, and there was an actual fight. That's something that was staged for this television show. There was an actual fight, but it turned out okay at the end. And Peter O'Toole reunites with his daughter at the end of the film, because his daughter and his family didn't want to have anything to do with the guy because of Peter O'Toole's character, because like I said, he was a drunk. And he was like so famous, and that his wife, his daughter, or his ex-wife, and his daughter couldn't handle all the fame and pressure of being married to a famous movie star. And the daughter, they didn't pay his daughter attention that much. Now all of a sudden, since he revived his career, Peter O'Toole has, he decided to reunite with his daughter, which he does at the end of the film. And Markland Baker narrated through the whole film, telling his relationship for like a year with Peter O'Toole. That's where I got the title from, My Favorite Year. But as a movie, it's a pretty stereotypical movie for like the early 80s. Because of Peter O'Toole role, stereotypical role for him. There's always kind of one of those silly TV related movies. Like Tootsie was another one that came out the same year as My Favorite Year. But Tootsie got more praise than My Favorite Year did. I think Peter O'Toole's nomination, I think it might have been the only nomination for this film. And like I said earlier, Peter O'Toole never won an Oscar in a regular category, like an acting category. Even though he was awarded a Lifetime Oscar. But the 8 times he was nominated for an acting award, he didn't win. And that really was a shame. The guy who played Lawrence of Arabia, right, didn't win for that one either. But for My Favorite Year, I mean, they didn't focus that much on My Favorite Year. It is a good, entertaining film for what it is. Is it the greatest film ever? So no. But it's definitely worth watching. Hey, so that's my review of My Favorite Year. Please click on the video, please rate it, feel free to comment on it. Please subscribe to my channel, please forward this video on your Facebook pages. You can check out all my reviews on my YouTube channel, but rallyc.com. Thanks for watching, catch you next time.